Hi, this is Mary Gerald, and I've just finished up dissecting my sheep brain. So this is obviously for the brain dissection lab. Just first, I guess saying, if Mom, you want to kind of just look around, just make sure there's no notes or anything out. Obviously, other than my Blackboard checklist, which we'll zoom in on next, you want to just zoom in on that, just so you can see that's the checklist we have on Blackboard to go by. And then also shout out to my mom for being my videographer. And just excuse my apparel, I'm just leaving it on since I'm handling the sheep brain in this. So we'll get started with the external anatomy. So you may want to zoom in just a little bit so you can see it okay. So we'll get started. For the external anatomy, first there's the dura mater, which is this little bit of kind of like the film that's on the outside of the brain. And then we have, this is the cerebrum, this whole outer part of the brain. And then the longitudinal fissure, granted I've cut my brain in half, this is the right hemisphere, but the longitudinal fissure is kind of this line that goes between the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. Then, as you can kind of see, I'm just going to pull this back. This lighter colored matter is the gyrus, and then the dark lines here are the sulcus. I'm going to flip it around. Then we have, this is the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe is on top, this would be the right temporal lobe, this is the right hemisphere, and the occipital lobe is here in the back. Then we have the olfactory bulb, sorry I'm just turning it back upside down, and then we have the optic chiasm, and then back here we have, this is the spinal cord, and then the cerebellum is kind of this thing right back here. And now onto the internal anatomy. I'm going to try my best to point with these gloves, but this little line that we kind of got right here is the corpus callosum, and the little kind of gap that's above that, that's a lateral ventricle. And then here we have the, right in here is the thalamus, and below that is the hypothalamus. And then moving towards the back of the brain, we have, this is the medulla here, and in front of that is the pons. And then the arbor vitae, is the gray and white matter of the cerebellum. And this is the cerebellum, as I said before here. These little white lines, those are the white matter. And then the gray obviously would be the gray matter. And that is all.